This is my first video in a while, and there's a reason why I posted this video here on this account. This is my Autism and Asperger Syndrome account specifically for those two conditions, and they're not childhood conditions. So if you have a child, I have a warning for you. Your child will grow up and they will have autism when they're 35 years old, or 40 years old, or 50 years old. Your child will not magically disappear with the condition about autism and Asperger syndrome will not disappear on his 21st birthday. It is not a childhood condition. I want to make that very clear. Now, this is very specific. I have a very specific question to those in the autistic community related to diet. I am in a marketing class right now, and I am in a group with 2 other people. And I'd like to know what the people of the autistic community would like to see in this company. Now, the company is a non-dairy treat, non-dairy ice cream company. And if you have children that have autism, you may, if you're a parent, you may choose to have that child have a dairy-free diet, because dairy is made with a milk protein called casein or casein. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but if you have someone that you know that has autism, you've heard of CF/GF free diet. GF, CF, casein free, gluten free. And apparently that protein in the milk is contributing to, I guess, some kind of bad behaviors, I guess. I'm not really sure. When I was a child, autism really wasn't a big thing back in the 70s like it is now. So the company that we've created has certain values. Now, I really haven't talked to the other 2 groups about their values. I need to know my other 2 partners' values, what they value. We're going to partner with the American Medical Association. We are going to partner with the American Diabetic Association, the ADA, and the American Autism Society. And we've already made assumptions in our marketing plan, because it's a startup company, that those 3 big, huge companies are already sponsoring us. And we're getting capital investments from them because we're a startup company. And of course, we'd use co-op advertising, so it would be, a little picture of supported by or sponsored by the ADAMA, and we'd have their logo on our product. Another value is, help the homeless. We would help feed the homeless, like 2% or 3% of our sales would go to that. There was another one, and another teammate of mine said global warming, and the name of our company suggests, it's Glacier Treat, suggests protect the glaciers, don't let them melt away. So he said, why not promote the awareness of global warming? And I said, that's, now personally, global warming is not a big thing, but for the project, okay. And I told him, well, hey, that's great, because if you want to go into that, we can get Al Gore on our side, because Al Gore is the #1 dude for global warming. And there's tons and tons and tons of companies that we can partner with, but the big thing is the values. We haven't discussed our values. Now, I still need to do a SWOT analysis on our competitors, and it's not just me. It's 2 of my teammates that need to do a SWOT analysis. One guy is doing it on Turtle Mountain. That's a main, big, huge competitor of ours. They're huge. Another one is, what's it called? Imagine. Another one is Tofui Cuties, I think. I think that's the name of the company. There's a few others competitors that I need to look up and find out what they do good and what they do bad and what makes them different, because we can't distinguish our own company until we know what the other companies are not doing. One company I looked up 3 I think it's called Three Twins Ice Cream Company. They cater. Now, I believe they do have real ice cream, but some of their products do have soy in it. But they cater. That's one thing that they do that I haven't read on any of the others. The other ones don't do that. One company, I think it's the Three Twins. They don't have the. I don't think theirs is a fair trade product. Or kosher. It's either it's not kosher or fair trade. So these are all variables that we can look into to make our product different from our competitors. But for the autistic community, because we have large markets for our company, it's vegetarian, vegan, diabetic, and autism. And specifically for the autistic community, my question is, what would you like to see different about our company? Would you like, now of course we're going off the assumption that the FDA has approved stevia as a additive in food. Right now it is not approved by the FDA as an additive. It's approved as a supplement. I don't really know why it's approved as a supplement, but it is. But as an additive in real life, it is not approved. But we're going off the assumption that stevia is, and we can make assumptions like that because it's a class. But I'd like to know from the community, what would you like to see different about this? Fat free? Would you like for it to be, a variety of flavors? And we already know we're going to have to get chocolate for the children, and maybe even strawberry. Would you like to see fresh fruit in the actual fruit pieces in the, ice cream? I just, specifically for the autistic community, what would you like to see? I'm not a big proponent. I'm not a big supporter of TACA, which is, I believe, stands for Talk About Curing Autism. So for this project, I'm going to state that we're going to support the American, what is it? Society for Autism. I think it's ASA. I think that's what it's called. Autistic Society, one or the other. ASA. I don't go there all that often like I used to. I've been steering away from my reading literature on autism and Asperger syndrome because I get caught up in that a lot, and if you see my videos, you know I can get caught up into it a lot. So I would not support TACA. But what groups out there would you like to see our company support besides ASA? What about GRASP? Or would you like to see us partner maybe with Tony Atwood, or maybe somehow, some way have connections to Temple Grandin somehow, some way? Because she's huge in the autistic community. Even though she's an engineer, she's still autistic. That could be another route we can go to with her. So I'm sure you guys have more ideas than me on what would you like to see in a company that has distinguished itself as a target market that can target the autistic community, because it's casein free. There's that milk protein will not be in our product, so autistics can have it if they wanted to. So let me know your thoughts on that. All comments will be open.